Alright, so today's the day we've all been waiting for. The big seasonal ID. And, to my great dismay, it is a 3-pager. Let me just go and show us right now. We got all 3 pages. And a correction, which is kind of cool, but also kind of concerning. Maybe. We'll see. So, with that said, here's the plan for today's video. We're going to read the kit together. And by we, I mean I'm going to read it out loud. You're going to be like, huh, how did he butcher that? And then we're going to, I guess, review it as a whole. Maybe. We'll see. Regardless, I'm probably not the person you should be looking for this, but I am kind of charismatic, maybe. So, with that said, let's see if we can figure this shit out. There's one thing as well. I know she's going to be fuckbusted because it's Season 7. Mao Faust exists. And, we can't escape it. Thankfully, Mao Faust is still the best ID in the game, right here. Others are kind of creeping up there. Hopefully, this doesn't get, beat. Hopefully, this Ryoshu, which is this, by the way, in case it's unfamiliar, isn't better than Mao Faust. Okay, but I think that'd be really bad for the game. And the health and longevity, blah, blah, blah. You get it. Enough stalling, let's get into it. Blade Trail Afterimage. Take more damage from stat skills for every X stack. Now, you should know one thing. I'm not a big fan of this because we don't actually have the numbers. But it's also really important because this is a huge ID. There have been a lot of theories online about how she's going to interact, and now we get to see it in action. I say see it in action. We've already seen it with the trailer, but now we get to read it in action. Entanglement. Skill and passive effects can increase min-max stack of this effect. Okay. Phantom Trace. Take more damage from Blade of House Spider Ryoshu's base attack skills. Okay, so this is going to be a debuff. She inflicts. That's actually pretty decent. That's actually pretty decent because we got the new ring IDs, right? Specifically Roger and Mersault, and they want negative effects on the enemy target. Okay. String Severance. Gain stack for every The House of Spiders Nurse Father ally death. Gain unique effects based on The House of Spiders ally death. Take less damage for every X stack. So, initial impression of that. She's going to be a great solo unit, potentially. But, great solo unit, not at the start though. You want it to kill the nurse allies first. I'm wondering if there's going to be a skill in her kit that kills the nurse fathers. Because we saw in the trailer, she attacks her own allies. So hopefully there's something like that to practice. Otherwise, you're kind of hoping they're going to die. And hopefully the payoff is huge because this is Reed Sang and Callisto Lu that you want dead. 2 of the most fun and best IDs in the game. So, there's got to be some kind of payoff there. Dew Stars Blade. Total sum of Blade Trail Afterimage stacks inflicted by this unit and give it to X stack per turn. This is going to be something like, I don't know, 5. Not to feels craft right now, but I'm feeling like it's going to be 5. And Sheen, how you want to say it? Give me back speed. Upon using a base attack skill, gain poise potency and poise. Okay, so poise ID. Or is this a case where she's a poise ID once you hit Shin, and before that she's a single or double? Take less damage from unopposed attacks and unbreakable. Okay, hold up. That's huge in my opinion. The unbreakable coins, because we get a lot more unbreakable coins. Sadly, they're here to stay. I know. Skill issue if you can't deal with them. Blah blah blah. But they are annoying at times, and it's nice to know that. Even though, like, I don't know, unbreakable coins can hit for like 3 damage as opposed to, a break. She can make it out even further, so it's like instead of 3 damage, it's 1 damage from a cracked coin. That's pretty cool. So far, pretty strong. Well, reading pretty strong. Little concerned with this. I'm a little concerned about how this is going to proc, but let's carry on. Next, the passives. Oh my god, that's a lot. That's a lot of reading. Hold up. We're going through it today, folks. Upon entering the encounter for the first time, give Entanglement and String Severance. Upon entering the encounter for the first time, raise Entanglement's min-max cap based on the number of the house that is in the loadout. Okay, so we're assuming this is also going to include apprentices, which is fine. This is what she wanted. Entanglement's skill passive can increase the min-max effect. Okay, interesting. If any House of Spiders allied on the field, transfer HP damage taken to the House of Spiders and have the lowest current HP. I think I figured it out. I think that's how we're going to get to... Or how she's going to have the allies kill, or allies die. She's not going to kill them, it's just... Well, I guess she's going to kill them through the passive rather than a skill she does. Like Fell Bullet. You know, Fell Bullet, Fraud Bullet, you saying, you know, we all know that ID. If you don't, long story short, he's bad. Except this one niche time where he's the best ID in the game. When a unit takes damage, it brings his HP down to 0. This unit's HP is not dropped below 1 for the turn. And then you can do Ira to then regain all that HP after the fact. Like, it's like technically a free revive when you think about it. Apply the following effects based on the house battle ally's death. Gain entanglement. For this encounter, gain additional effects based on which of House of Spiders allied identities was defeated. Index Nurse Father Yusang. Reed Zang. While using base attack skills, convert the final coin into unbreakable coins, do more damage with base skill attack skills breakable coins. Convert the final coin. So I believe she's not going to have, at least on skill 1 and skill 2, she's not going to have unbreakable coins. Except if Reed Zang is dead. Don Quixote is gain poise on crit using base attack inflict sinking. Okay, hold up. But this encounter, so she becomes a sinking ID as well. If you kill that person. Okay. Ishmael, gain defense level, inflict additional burn potency using... Okay, so she is a burn ID. So it feels like she's already a burn ID, because it says inflict additional burn potency. But she can become a sinking ID. Right. Maringo's Father Honglu, gain somatic frisson... Oh, shit. Kill Faust, gain shield equal to X HP at every turn start. Gain poise count and damage... Oh, crit damage up at every turn start. Okay. Right. So, the way I've read that is that's all really strong. It does have the unfortunate caveat, though, that this might be a bit of a hot one out there. Hot take. Oh my god. A warning somewhere. The IDs this season have been really good and really strong. So... do you want them dead? That's what I'm thinking, like, do you actually want them dead? Especially like Reed saying Saurodon's insane. But honestly, I can see killing Faust because you gain shield equal to X HP at every turn start. But you also mitigate the damage. And maybe Sinclair as well, because, you know, crit damage up, that's pretty good. The Hoyoification of Olympus Company, something like that, I don't know, crit damage. With no identities left to substitute or return, Blade of the House of Spiders Ryoshu gains skill slots based on the number of the House of Spiders allies that are defeated. Okay, now that's big. But hold on, that is big. I love that. That is cool. Rather than just having like, yeah, I've got 6 dead identities, I've got 1 skill slot. No, you gain those skill slots. That's cool. This effect can increase skill slots beyond the maximum skill slot cap of this encounter. Like 7, maybe. For certain game contents, this effect can activate regardless of this. Oh shit. We just met change battle music until turn end. Okay, excluding certain encounters. So Ricardo Heathcliff. Right. I wonder if there's going to be more added on. I feel like there's going to be more added on simply because we don't have all the House of Spiders identities yet. We're still missing Lucio, Middle Otis, Valentina Roger. So we're still missing 3, so I think we might add 3 more on later on. Possibly. An X plus D2 Stars Blade. Activate Red Space String Correction against a random enemy at the very end of the turn. The very end of the turn, okay. Is this like a follow-up attack? After using Red Space, due to this effect, apply the following effects on yourself. Cannot retrieve for this encounter. Why would you want to anyway? Turn end, X plus D2 Stars Blade, replace a base skill with Red Space. At the next turn start. Okay. This unit is considered an identity that inflicts burn, bleed, and poise. I'm going to be honest. I was not expecting Ahab Ishmael upscale in the big 2026, but here we are. Third start, inflict Phantom Trace on a random enemy through Amplifiers to core. Phantom Trace on 1 additional enemy for every X House Spider's identity death. Combat start. If an enemy that has a Phantom Trace is the main target of the shoot's base attack, use Inevitable Determination as an unopposed attack before using the said base attack skill. On base attack skill, use Phantom Trace. Convert all coins of the said skill to breakable coins, get final power, gains entanglement. Okay. Hang on, Phantom Trace. Was that mentioned in this one? It was. Alright, takes more damage. Okay. Right, okay. Just a random enemy. It's fine. Determination. There's no boost attack before using the said base attack skill. So, I'm curious if these two are both polyps. You know, Ren Space String Connection and Inevitable Termination. Alright, deal more damage on critical hit using base attack skills for every surplus poise past X self. So, Renclair. Say, like, we use him as an example, or like a... Yeah, as an example. Once he gets to 25 poise potency, it then caps off for... What's it called? Crap. Moonlit Azure Blade. Or Azure Moonlit Blade, I'm pretty sure. Up to 20. So, that's gonna work like that, I'm pretty sure. That's cool. On crit using base attack skills, inflict Blade Trail Afterimage. Can be activated using attack skills target eyes. Oh, shit. What is the passive? Hold up. Okay, so I found the passive. After using the attack skill, if the enemy is staggered or defeated, gain 1 crit damage up next turn 3 times per turn. So, that's kind of scary. In a fun way. Then when the ally with the early support order uses a base skill, the said ally gains pose potency as a support passive. But even the support passive's great. Oh my god, this... I don't want to compare it because I think this is better, but it reminds me of Kiramails where you just gain power. It just buffs you up. That's really good. Burn, Bleed, and Poise. Burn, Bleed, and Poise. Oh my god. Burn, Bleed, Poise, and Sinking. Potentially. Using crits. But I'm curious, like, how much sinking. That's the thing. It's going to depend on how much sinking it applies. But right now, fuck that strong. Hold up. Hold up. I'm not feeling... I'm not really feeling Mao Faust yet because... Right, so far... Yeah. Pretty strong so far. I'm not really feeling Rinsang levels of fuck busted yet, but... You know, there's still time. Jesus Christ. So, Lust, Pride, Wrath. Then another Wrath. Then Wrath, Pride, Wrath. Right, so 1 Lust. Okay, now the fun part. Or if you prefer Anakin Skywalker.
This is where the fun begins.
So, triple slash. On use, at X poise, gain coin power, final power for every burn bleed on target. Nice. Gain poise count. So you inflict poise, inflict bleed count on crit. Okay, I like the distinction here between hit and crit. Poise, burn count. Which, I guess, so far, no, I'm going to reserve judgment until we read it all first. So poise, blade trail, inflict blade trail twice, even target equal to entanglement on self. On crit, inflict bleed. On crit, deal slash damage equal to entanglement. And it's a free coin. Damn, that's pretty good. Deal slash damage equal to entanglement. Oh, the coin's final damage. Fuck, that's also really good. Triple slash Echo Shear. So exactly the same as this one, with the on use. Gain poise, on crit bleed, on crit bleed, on crit bleed. Okay, I'm liking this so far. I'm liking the, okay, you have to crit to inflict bleed. That's cool. I like how that's balanced. It was just, yeah, burn, burn. And then deal slash equal to entanglement times X self. Whoops. Where are we going? That's not yet. We'll read this now. Jesus. On use, final power for every X poise on self. On use, gain base power for every X burn bleed on target, on main target. Deal more damage for every entanglement on self, gain poise. Gain attack weight for every X entanglement on self. Is there a limit to that? To that attack weight, or are we just gonna keep gaining it? Deal more damage for every excess attack weight beyond the number of actions. Okay. Attack end. Inflict randomly Entanglement on self times X. Blade trail after image between targets hit by the skill. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, that's cool. And it's a 1 coin as well. Inflict bleed, inflict burn. On crit, activate burn on target. Activate bleed on target. Deal slash damage equal to entanglement. I actually don't like this skill. Sort of. Okay, on one hand, I like this. Activating the burn on target. Finally, something to do with burn. Burn is so fucking boring. All you do is stack it up, wait for the end of the turn, and honestly, burn is just hard carried by having strong IDs. Look at Hornet Merceau. Look at Thumbsol. That's it. I'm not mentioning Magic Bullet. Fuck that unit. But it's just nice having that. Counterpoint, no. I don't like the Tiger loses bleed count. Unless you've got Valencina Rogia and you've done Sanguine Desire to keep it, which... yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that works. Next, String Connection. Unclashable. This skill does not trigger Tiger's defense skills. This one line here is so important. In my opinion. It is so important to have this. On use, gain poise. On use, gain Shin DQ star. Attack end, remove this unit's first stagger threshold. That's pretty good. Wait, it's a 3-3. Wait, where's the 3-2? Hold up. On hit, inflict bleed, burn. On the hit, activate burn on target. Target loses burn count. Okay, so we've done that twice. Okay, I like that. We're doing it twice now. So where's 3-2? Skill 1-2. Oh, Slave of Heaven's Qianxue. This skill does not trigger defense skills, and external effects cannot trigger this skill to be used. That's totally fair. Different allies of base factors decreasing sanity while using this skill. Okay. Okay. For this encounter, lose offense level and gain base power for this unit's attack. Okay. Interesting. On kill, heal SP. On kill, gain entangled life equal to damage dealt using this skill. Entangled life. What was entangled life again? Was it here somewhere? I think it was the passive. Hold up. On. It is not. Never mind. Where is? What am I looking for? Also, I don't see that written anywhere. I'm sure I've not missed something, have I? I don't think I've missed it. Yeah, activate red space string correction. It's basically red space echo shear. Is that the? No. That's echo shear. We know inevitable termination. Where is Slave of Heavens? I'm sure I'm missing something here. Possibly. Because we know this is from. Hang on. Ensure red space string connection. I feel like I'm missing something. Either way, though, that's pretty cool. Oh, if this tag is a House of Spiders ally, deal X damage HP as fixed. Okay. Interesting. I'm sure somebody in the comments are going to be like, yeah, this is how you proc this, which in that case, hey, cheers, I'm done trying to read this now. Inevitable termination. This skill does not trigger defense skills, and external effects cannot trigger this skill to be reused. Once again, I like that. No rusty coin shenanigans inside MD. Game poise count. Okay. Like that. Before attack. If this skill is triggered by skill 3, apply this skill's attack weight equal to the number of times of the number of enemies that have Phantom Trace and prioritize for said enemies. Skill end, Phantom Trace and target expires. Okay. 2 more damage on critical hit, inflict Blade Trail after image equal to attack button self, activate burn on target. Okay, that's 3 times we can do that. 3 times. Hornet Assault upscale. That's all I'm thinking is Hornet Merceau. That's really good, finally. I like this unit even more now. Then on crit, inflict slash fragility, which is kind of what you expect. Hang on, let me just make sure one thing. Yeah, skill 3-2. So, this skill loses string severance on self base power. Use coin 1 as an additional time. On use, the final coin gains entanglement on self, coin power. That's fair. I'm assuming it's going to be capped. On use, deal more damage to every extra attack weight beyond the number of targets. Attack end, raise entanglements, min-max speed, caps, and reset entanglement on self to minimum stack. Cool. Attack end, consume defuse Starblade. Okay. Okay, interesting. On hit, gain poise count, bleed, burn. I keep reading those the wrong way around, I'm sorry. Deal more damage on critical hits. Totally fair. On hit, consume all blade trail after image on target and deal slash damage equal to blade trail after image consumed on X of this coin's final damage. On crit, deal slash damage equal to entanglement of this coin's final damage. Okay, so it's just this is the same as okay. Once again, so that's 4 ways to trigger that now. Okay, I like this unit just because of this one line here. What's that? Targets the one house spell with the lattermost deployment order. Extra strikes everyone's target one additional ally. A skill end of all of the skills equipped by a target this turn. Or if the target is staggered, or if the target does not have any skills remaining to be used, use Slave of Heavens. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay. Prioritizes for Pinky's Apprentice Sinclair last. Interesting it says that. Okay, so that's how you trigger that. Let me just... And also, you know they're prepping for Middle Otis and Valentina Roja for this. That's why it doesn't trigger defensive skills. Let me check one thing. So I can see why Sinclair was last. For this one. I can see why he's prioritized last, because crit damage up is a slippery slope. Okay, it is very slippery. Already, Poise is already pretty good as it is. Well, I say pretty good. There's like 2 IDs, including this one. If it's not 2 IDs, it's more like Sora Don. So far, the way I'm reading this is less of a status specialist and more of a fuck everything in my way. I'm reading just raw damage after raw damage after raw damage. With a little bit of, yeah, inflict bleed, burn here and there, you know, trigger all that stuff. So, one sec. Corrected skill expansion for Rent Space Echo Shear. Before on hit, consume all blade trail on target. Oh, so the times X is divided by X. Okay, that's good. I'm glad you got a Fred there, but I ain't reading that shit. Also, really funny they put Fred on a Ryoshu ID. Right. I guess it's time for the final thoughts, I suppose, because it's already quite a long video. Holy shit. Yeah, you're going to get this unit, let's be honest. It's seasonal for a reason. She might be the best ID this season, who knows. I'm not going to make any jokes being like, oh, Ricardo Heathcliff saved the Envy Res Society. Like, there's none of that. Might be the best ID, if not, is the best ID. I want to see her in action, I want to see how she plays with everything first. I still think Rain Sang is the best ID this season. Which, let's be honest, isn't that hard. He is phenomenal. But this is a real contender. Also having so many skills. Oh my god. I mean, she has to be good. It's a 3-page ID. Like, right, that said, I'm looking forward to this Thursday. That's going to be really great. Let me know how you feel about Ryoshu. Unfortunately, now I have to shill. So, like, comment, subscribe if you like this. If you want to see more of this, check out some of the other content on the channel. I'd appreciate it greatly. I'm very excited about the future of not just Limbus, but just games in general. Games are really fun. I like playing games. Do you like playing games? Subscribe because you like playing games. Have I showed enough? Yes, I think I have. Overall, look, I'm not the right person to tell you, okay, this is how you want to play this ID based on numbers we can't see. But, yeah, she's going to be really good. And, yeah, she's going to be really good. I'm going to have a lot of fun playing this ID. Alright. Take care. Love, peace, and happiness. And, like always, stay refreshing.